Hey guys, welcome back to Borderlands 2, One Life Live. I appreciate anybody that's enjoyed the first 3 episodes. We've got plenty of new subscribers. We're pushing towards that 1,000 subscriber mark, which feels pretty awesome. I think the series and the playthrough is going well so far. We're going to continue where we left off in the last episode 3, or part 3, depends what you want to say. We're going to start the loader farm, so hopefully we can get this loader farm done and we can get going with it and see what happens. I don't want to be farming too much. We had this discussion in the last 3 episodes, but I am going to get to the point where I'm under level slightly. And under level's not a good idea, really. We don't want to be under level. Part of One Life to Live is being over level. I don't want to do the needless and pointless farms and just have you guys sat watching farming. I mean, I know that's a lot of what Borderlands 2 is all about, but I'd like to keep it where we can have an aim in each episode and just go towards that aim instead of just farming needlessly. A lot of the times on a live stream, I'll spend a lot of time just talking to chat, chilling out, and farming for really decent gear or good weapons and stuff. And that's not always the best idea. But it gives me time to interact and just chill out. And like I said, the Borderlands it's all about farming. So hopefully, with a bit of luck, a loader is going to be something that we can actually get nice and early. I mean, maybe it'll take quite a long time to get it, but I hope some of you guys have been enjoying this series and you've got something out of it. I've had plenty of nice comments. Plenty of people seem to be getting something out of it. And that's really the focus for and the goal for this series is for some of you guys to get something out of it, me to learn a bit of YouTube, and just to show you guys the game I love and the challenge that I like doing on this game. One Life's been a huge part of my life for the last couple of years, as far as getting to do it every single day. Jumping on Twitch, having an extremely good following on Twitch, an extremely good time every day. Again, if anybody wants to check the live stream out, you can go to twitch.tv/Fistmaster5000. I do daily live streams. At the moment, we are back to streaming Borderlands 2, and also we're going to be doing playthroughs of Borderlands 1. I've started Tuesday and Thursday next week is going to be a Borderlands 1. We've been going through that. I didn't play enough of Borderlands 1. I kind of started in Borderlands 2, and that's where most of my time's been spent on the Borderlands series. So we've gone back to Borderlands 1 to experience where it started, and I must say it's extremely fun. We started a Mordecai, getting to use some of the weapons in that game and the loot system, and it is quite a bit different actually. You can see where Borderlands 2 came from, but they did change a hell of a lot of stuff from Borderlands 1 to 2. I'm not sure, well, I mean, whether you like it or love it or hate it. I mean, I see a lot of people that like Borderlands 1 systems than Borderlands 2. But that would be interesting if they can use that in the next Borderlands game, where if they can combine what's good about Borderlands 1, what's good about Borderlands 2, and what's good about the pre-sequel. Although pre-sequel might not be everybody's favourite, they did some things right. They've definitely got the nucleus of an extremely good game. If Gearbox can knock it out of the park and actually bring kind of a super Borderlands, take everything they've learned, everything they've patched and everything that they've put into the 1, 2 and the pre-sequel, and just make the game as good as possible. I think everybody would be willing to wait a bit longer if they bring out a polished game that's not full of bugs. I mean, obviously a lot of games are released with bugs now. Put the good old-fashioned farming in, put some of the stuff in that people have been requesting. I'm going to make a separate video, I think, on things that I want in the next Borderlands before the next Borderlands comes out. I've got a list of, I don't know, 5, 6 or 7 things that I think should be in the next game. So I think we could probably do a commentary aside from this series where I'm going to talk about what's coming to Borderlands and what I feel that they probably should include. I think that'd be kind of fun to talk about. Get the feedback from some of you guys on what you think you want in the next game and what you want in to go forward from this game or from Borderlands 1 or even from pre-sequel. If there's anything that you really, really would love them to put in the next game, there's going to be plenty of talk of that. Obviously, with Gearbox not really giving us any concrete information of how and where things are going. It's all speculation, and it's all, I guess it's all people hoping for things that they want, and that's pretty good. It's pretty healthy to have discussions and actually say what you want in the next game. I mean, I'm not sure, obviously, that's going to make any difference to Gearbox. I mean, if they look into the community, then maybe they'll get some ideas and maybe they'll take some of those forward. But it's all good. I think it's all good to just have conversations and to generally look forward to things that they could put in the next game. I mean, there's no guarantees at this point. Gearbox has not given us anything. They've not really... I don't think they've really said that they're going to give us something concrete. I think they've done a few hints, and I think Randy's hinted a few times about the next Borderlands game. But I don't think they actually went down on paper and said, like, this is what we're going to give you. And I think that's, at this point, that's probably a mistake. I think what I'd like for Gearbox, as far as the next game going forward, I'd like them to probably just give us a roadmap, give us an idea of concepts, give us an idea of where they want to take it and what they want to do with the next Borderlands game. I'm not saying give us a name, I'm not saying give us concrete proof or give us anything like a trailer or anything. I'm not really fussed about that. I'd just like a roadmap. I'd like them to tell us where they're going to go in the future and how Borderlands 3 or the next Borderlands is going to be released, and stuff like if they're going to plan on like doing a beta. I mean, it'd be interesting if they did a beta for it. I think doing betas for a game like Borderlands would probably be the best option, because we're all Borderlands players, and we've been through a lot of cycles where, I mean, even Borderlands 2 was broken at the start. There was a lot of stuff needed fixing. So I think throwing it out to the community and letting people play the game. There's some extremely talented people that find a lot of stuff in games like problems, like speedrunners and stuff. I mean, they find all sorts of weird and wonderful glitches on how to do things. So I think throwing it out to the community would be the way to go. Right, we dropped a Varuk there. Wondering where to go at this point, because we're not really going to go chain reaction yet, because we ain't got a com for it. Reaper. So I think what we're going to do is we're probably going to get some healing and some crit. So I'll go with Mind's Eye, and I think then we'll go for Wreck. So I'll probably go damage, actually. We shouldn't need too much healing at this point. We've got Ruby, so we'll go Mind's Eye. We'll put points into that. Yeah, we just got Varuk. I don't know what's on it. Love it or hate it, the Varuk in normal mode's it's a pretty good weapon. It's probably not useful at this point because it's level 12, so this is just, we're going to get a bit of XP here. Because, like I said, I think we're a little bit behind on it. So with the next story quest, what's going to happen is the dust is going to level up, so we can come back and get a higher version. So if we don't get, in the next couple of guys, if we don't get the Lyuda, I could just move forward and do the next story mission. So I think that's going to be the way to go. Anyway, going back to this, as far as keeping us in the loop and putting a roadmap down for the next Borderlands game, I think there's a couple of companies that do it, or a couple of developers that do it. I know Warframe do it, and I know the Division do it. Both games, actually, the developers live stream. I know Division do a state of the game, which is they sit and talk about what's coming to the game and what's happening in the game and whether there's some patches coming. So I know Division do it, and I know Warframe do regular live streams with the developers of showing you what content's going to be released, and they actually show you them playing the game. I'd love Gearbox to adopt that to the games. I'd love them to get a team of people together, sit on a couch, do a live stream, and actually tell us about things that's going to come or updates that's going to happen to the game. I think it'd be an extremely good idea for Gearbox to be in the community, to show people the support that they're going to put in for the next game. I know I've seen them live stream Battleborn, I think, at some point, so I think I'd like that going forward into the next game, into the release of information as the time goes on, depending on when it is, whether it's there's a bit of information at E3 at the end of this year, maybe. I mean, I wouldn't hope for it, but maybe. Or whether it's going into next year. It'd be nice if you guys, as the ones that love the Borderlands and love the series that Gearbox created, I think it'd be good to see them in the actual community, giving back, having a conversation about what's going forward and what they want of the game and what they're going to bring for you. And just give a roadmap, give confidence to your fans. a lot of people have been losing hope. I mean, a lot of things have happened. Obviously, Randy Pitchford, love him or hate him, he's a very, I guess you'd say, eccentric person. Some people won't like his antics and the things he does. Some people, I guess, might find it funny. He does like to stir the pot a bit. He does like to tease a little bit, which is all right as long as he's got something to give us. I mean, it's not cool teasing people and when you've got nothing extra to really say. So I think that would be an extreme cool idea. I think getting Gearbox, as far as Twitch is concerned, I mean, obviously not everybody from that are Borderlands fans are Twitch-related people, but obviously Twitch is a decent outlet for these sort of companies and developers to actually put the product out there and to give some information on. So I think that would be an idea going forward. I don't know what you guys think of it. I don't know if that would be a great idea or if it's something you guys would like to see. Obviously, there's going to be a problem with some people because there's going to be a lot of negativity if they don't do exactly what people say. But it's any Twitch stream. I mean, you get negative people daily. With a decent mod team, they can just get rid of the bad element. But just answering questions, just being in the community is something that I think Gearbox need to do. And like I said, restore some of the. I mean, not everybody was a pre-sequel fan. It had some good things about it. Not everybody loved it. And the same with Battleborn. It was an interesting idea, concept. They put it together. I kind of like that Gearbox tried to do something different, but I don't think it kind of worked how they wanted it. I think they can say that. I think they can say that Battleborn didn't actually... I don't know if it achieved what they wanted it to achieve. In no means do I think the game's total trash. I think it's good that they put some ideas in it, and the game looks nice. My issues are a lot of like running issues on PC. As a multiplayer game, it never really performed well, even on a high-end PC, which kind of makes me a little bit sad inside, because it could have been so good. But maybe going forward with the new engine that they're going to be putting into the next Borderlands game, maybe a lot of them problems will be ironed out, and maybe they can produce like a PvP style game where it actually runs extremely well. That would be the hope, that they could do that and they could achieve this. I don't know how long it's going to take. But I'm one of those people that I'll wait an extra couple of years or an extra year to find out and to make sure that they've got the right ideas and they're going to release the right game, and it's going to be not a game full of bugs, and it's going to be everything that everybody ever wanted in a Borderlands game. No company's perfect or developer. I mean, I love this game, even for all its faults. I think it's an extremely good game. I think they've got a really, really solid fan base that just wants to know what's happening, and I think they ought to put it out there and show people what's going to happen in the next game. Okay, so at some point you've got to cut off your farm, so I don't want to, like I said, be doing this forever. So we're just going to go probably 2 more kills and then we'll move on. But as I said, you'll see me in the dust, and you'll see this playthrough return to the dust a lot in normal mode, because it's an extreme way to level up your character and to use the experience and to use the gear that comes out of the dust. And it does actually level up a few times. Unlike TVHM, it does actually level up. Let me get a couple of nades. I'm full at the minute, so we'll go with 2 more kills. Hopefully drop the loader and get some RNG, but if not, we should be alright. Our level's okay. I think we should be alright. We've got the Thresher to kill. Moving up through into Overlook, that's going to be something that we need to do. But there's going to be a lot of times where you're farming for XP and you're farming for gear, and the dust is extremely easy to use in normal mode. TVHM, it starts to get a little bit sticky where it doesn't level up at all, which is kind of frustrating. It's kind of frustrating, but it's just one of those things. I mean, that's the way it works. There's a few options you've got at this point. I mean, you could probably go and do the Clan Wars if you wanted to get a Slagger on Maya, because the Slagger plus Cloud Kill gives you an extreme amount of damage, to be quite honest. But I don't think I want to go through that quest line, because as I said, a lot of One Life's just going to be XP and moving forward through normal mode, because really normal mode's where you lay the foundation for your run. But TVHM and UVHM is where you actually earn it, and you have to know what you're doing. So there's a lot of extremely decent gear out there. Like I said, the root you can use in normal mode. I don't tend to want to use it outside of normal, but in normal it's plenty powerful. You'll hear people talk badly about about the gun, about the Varuk. Some people love it, some people know it's a good weapon, but some people you'll hear talk about it in endgame, it's not worth having, and I kind of agree in that fact. But not everybody plays endgame. Some people want to know if a weapon's good. They want to know if it's good in normal and TVHM, and what's good in normal and TVHM might not be good in OP8 or into level 72, but it's perfectly fine and perfectly strong in the first 2 playthroughs. The Infinity springs to mind. A lot of people don't like the Infinity. I'm not a great fan of it because I don't think it's special enough. I like the idea of what it does, but I don't think it's that amazing. But in normal and TVHM, you could quite easily rock that if you want to. You could take it further than that if you want. Is it a top tier weapon for me? No, but there's plenty of usable weapons in normal mode that you might not think of to use any higher than normal. But you can have a set amount of weapons. If you wanted pure variety, you could have weapons that you'd only use in normal mode, and then you could have weapons in TVHM, and you could just go like that. I mean, that'd be a way to do it. So, kill a cat. I don't think we need you. So, all right, one more. You'll get in that fight. I mean, you guys that's going to do this challenge, just farm till you get it. You don't have to just move on. Don't look at what I'm going to do here and be like, well, I've got to move on. If you're playing at your own pace, at your own leisure, just farm as you want to farm. Farm for what you want to farm for. I mean, the Lyuda is going to be, even if it's a level 12 Lyuda or something like that, it's still going to be extremely strong at this point. And Lyuda for normal mode, on most characters, is an extremely powerful tool. And one that you could use and be perfectly fine in normal, because you can come back and get another one. Providing your RNG is good, because Gettle's not great on the RNG, unfortunately. Right, I'll show you this way. If you fail that jump, you can just go this way. You might get pretty unlucky where they do some damage to you, but they shouldn't actually do enough to kill you. So I hope you don't get unlucky. That's kind of the way it's going to be. I think we hit a decent sweet spot on the way that the quality is on the videos that I've been putting out. I've got it to a point where I can do the uploads for an hour video at somewhere around 2 hours, which is better than what I started with the amount of quality I've tried to put in some of them. It would take you like 5-6 hours for you to upload, which is it's no good. You can't be efficient, and I can't get the videos out if they're going to take 6 hours. It's like all of Sunday, where Sunday we're off from streaming, so this is the time I get to actually record. Okay, so I suggest we move now. I've just seen a queen. That's good news, because that's a decent amount of experience. Here she is, look. A face like you. I've also been experimenting with builds in the last couple of days. Trying to find a better way for Maya, or a really good build that I want to take forward. And I think we're getting towards it. But it's about learning. I've played a serious amount of this game and never really got into what builds take to be good. I've just enjoyed the way that the game plays. And I think the more I want to do it, and the more I start wanting to post YouTube content on it, I think the more I learn is going to be better for the subscribers that I've got that actually follow me for this game. So the more that I learn, the more that hopefully in turn I can pass on, and some of you guys can learn from that. I mean, a lot of you guys that watch will be probably experienced players, or you've watched experienced players play this game. There you go, there's Cloud Kill. It's absolutely crazy. Okay. I tell you what, I might actually do that. We might actually go through the Clan Wars. Because I still think I'm slightly under level on the experience. So we might actually go and do some of the Clan Wars missions. It's going to be used as like a let's play, but I mean, it's important. Let's be honest, the Maggie is an extremely strong weapon as well. If you want to get a Maggie or a Slagger, obviously Maya makes good use out of SMGs, so, and with the Slagger plus Cloud Kill, it's going to do a serious amount of damage. So I think we might go and do that. But in a lot of these areas, once you get the XP, that's what it's all about. Once you get the XP, you can just go through the story quest. You don't have to, however you get it, or however you get the weapons or the gear that you want, there's so many different options in A One Life to Live, and there's so many different quests and different weapons that you can go for. So you can kind of tailor it to your needs, and you can tailor to what you want to do, which all boils down to your strategy, which I mentioned in a previous video. Once you get your strategy, once you've worked out what you want to do, where you want to go, what levels you need to be, that's going to make it easier for One Life to Live. So if you can plan out like a strategy that you can follow, and then if you stick to that, the better and better you get, the more used to it you get, the further and further you're probably going to go on this challenge. TVHM changed it up a little bit because of the way TVHM scales, or doesn't. So that changes it a little bit, but you can play it how you want to play it, basically. Okay, let's get rid of some of this. You can keep that XP gain from combat if you want. I don't really use it, but you can keep it if you want. Okay, let's fill some ammo up. So the clan war starts back in Sanctuary. So I think we can do that. I think we'll just run through it. It don't take too long for us to get on with it. We can make that this episode, I guess. We'll go back to Sanctuary. So we're stuck where we're going through the fridge, but I know the thresh is going to be like 18 or 19, so we can use this as a bit of a let's play and a bit of a let's get some gear that I don't always go for. I'm not sure we can do Clan Wars yet, can we? It's probably after we've done the next area. Okay, let's just put a spanner in the works. It's not a normal quest I do, it's just I think it'd be pretty cool on this character to see the slagger, so but that's just put a spanner in it. We're just probably going to have to get on with it. We'll take some SMG, we'll take a backpack. Okay. Yeah, that's just kind of put a spanner in it. I thought Clan Wars were before that. That shows you how much I've not done all quests in this game for a serious amount of time, but it's no hardship. We can just get on with it. There's also going to be a point where you want a time when you go and do Marcus Mercenary Day, and you time it there. What fastball did we get? I'm actually thinking the route might do us some work with Cloud Kill. We should be good. Okay. Alright, there's nothing else we need to do. We'll push forward. Let's just go for it and see how it goes. So there's a few in the story. There's a few sticky parts where you're going to think, can I get through it or not? The Thresher can be one of them. If you know the one in the Highland area, the Thresher can be an absolute pain. Under level if you are, but we shouldn't make any difference really. It shouldn't be too bad for this character. We can still use the Herald if you want at this point. Okay, let's move on through the story. There's going to be plenty of times where we can level the story up, and there's plenty of areas where you can farm. The Dust is an extreme way of getting experience early on, or all the way through normal mode. It might be a bit boring, but the Dust is kind of easy to run through, and there's a few legendaries. Okay, this video has already started with a lot of fails. I swear I just pressed that, but you know, seriously game. Just some days I feel like running, that's what it is. I just felt like running. Anyway, I swear I pressed it. Bruh, okay. So now we should be good. As far as, I've had a couple of questions on the music. As far as the music's concerned, I use Spotify on my stream, and I use a NCS no copyright sounds playlist. I mean, some of the stuff actually does get copyrighted, but being as we post on YouTube and we want to use some music as a backdrop, I use a NCS. So if you search for no copyright sounds, they have got YouTube playlists, but also it's on Spotify. So I just run it through Spotify. I've got the premium, so I don't get adverts through it. So if it's music that you want to know what's in the music and stuff, I mean, I could probably put together a playlist link of the one I'm using, and if you guys want to see what the music is, then that's cool. Okay, so I think we're kind of ready. You remember this part of the story. It's actually got one of the cooler cutscenes in this next bit, so if you bait yourself into this corner, you can get all 5 at once. I don't think that's a pro tip. I think you guys should know that, but, you know. maybe in through this fridge we'll actually get something decent from there. There's a couple of vending machines that sometimes I stop off for, whether you need to update your shield or whether you need to look for, I mean, you might need a weapon, but it should be all good. What I normally do here is, yeah, it's an amazing cutscene for this game. It's an extremely fun one. But I think you guys have all seen it. So what you want to do, unless you gauge and you've got stacks, this would discount the stacks. Obviously gauge, you want to keep stacks all the way through normal mode. And in certain places you don't want to mess about with it. So what you do, I mean, if you want to watch the cutscene, you'd watch it. But what I do is save and quit. Save and quit. Restart, puts you on the other side of the door, and then you can just bypass that bit. So, I mean, if we had skippable cutscenes, I think that would be pretty cool for players that play a lot of the playthroughs and stuff, and play multiple playthroughs. I mean, the story's pretty cool and the dialogue's pretty cool in some areas, but it wouldn't hurt to skip it, would it? Let's be honest. It wouldn't hurt if they let us skip it. Okay, all right. So we'll wait here. If nobody's attacking, not aggroed, no red dots. Alright, so we're going to move up. This fridge can be a pain. When I first started doing this challenge, I used to actually fight through TVHM, and if I go into UVHM, I'd go through the fridge, but you don't have to. In normal mode, we will go through it, but in the higher levels, you can actually just travel past it. So some of the areas where the rats and stuff attack you and whatever else is in this area, you don't actually have to fight through it. So that's pretty awesome, actually. Being able to skip an area that could be a painful area is always pretty cool. But Cloudkill is our friend at this point. I think this is why Maya's one of the easier characters early on, because you've got supreme crowd control, and then you've got Cloudkill that can just melt enemies together. I mean, when you see it later on, when we build the character properly towards probably towards 50-ish, if we're still continuing this playthrough through that, you'll see that Converge and Cloudkill are an extremely powerful tool, because you can phase lock, pull everything together with Converge, which is in the left tree, if you guys know. It's a skill that when your phase lock ability, it pulls the nearby enemies together. So you can pull like 5 or 6 enemies in a little spot, get the Cloudkill active in TVHM, and that should still do a serious amount of damage and wreck people. It does it in UVHM, but obviously the higher up the levels, it starts to slow down. But in the first 2 playthroughs, Cloudkill's it's an extreme skill that just does serious damage. Okay, so there's no shield there. So fill up on your ammo. See, you've got a good chance for adaptives in this area. So what I normally do is drop into Fink's slaughterhouse, and then at certain points in the game, I'll just do some vendor farming. It's kind of easy. You just go into a vendor, and with these here, obviously no enemies challenging you. You can just farm as you want to farm. Maybe there's a class mod. Maybe just on-level shields, to be honest, are better to have early on. That might actually be pretty good, because it's an absorb shield. So let's buy you. I mean, you could probably just rock adaptives all the way through if you want. There's plenty of places where you can get adaptive shields out of vendors. So what you do is you sit here for a bit. We're not going to do it too much, but I'll do a couple of resets. Maybe we get a blue shield or something. Maybe there's a weapon that drops that's worth it. Okay, so I think we're going to take that. It's got a Malawon grip. It's got a crappy stock, really. Jacobs is not what everybody goes for, but that's actually a pretty nice weapon. I think we'll probably take you. That'll give us some way to do some damage, so we can get rid of that one, and we'll keep this one. That's an interesting drop. I like that. Okay, 629. Okay. We might let's rock this absorb shield. Anyway, you can just do that and look for gear as you want it. So, but now I kind of like that sniper. I kind of think that's going to be good, especially up for the next area where we're going to be going to. That this actually might be pretty cool. I like the flat off barrel ones, so you can obviously just keep shooting, and we get 15 bullets in this, which is pretty awesome. Yeah, it's gonna melt. Nice. So in a lot of areas, the best way to approach a lot of gunfights and a lot of places where you're going to go is firstly, kill barrels. I mean, if you've got an E-Tech launcher, then by all means just rock the E-Tech launcher, and then just shoot it off a few times, make sure all barrels are gone. But survey the area. Just go into an area, look what you need, look what's about. We're going to get a few of these dudes that we've got to fight, and then from there, there's going to be a couple of wrecks. Sometimes a loot goon spawns in further up that we can go with. But if you get lucky, some of the rats will jump into cloud kill. So we'll use a bit of the nice controller aim assist. There you go, there's a level up, which is good news. Yeah, this sniper's really nice. Really nice. So you'll see some of these racks you've got to watch and you get hit for. Sometimes they do an insane amount of damage and it's kind of annoying. So it's a good first start. This sniper is an extremely nice find. I like it. There you go. As I say, one-arm bandit. I said loot goon, but we got a one-arm bandit. That's quite common in this area. That's quite common. He often spawns out there. Let's see what we roll. Jetpack. Yeah. Keep me there. Nice. Okay, another skill point. We're gonna keep going mind's eye. If we push towards Wreck, Wreck's got an extreme amount of damage, so we can use that into the next part of the story. Okay. So we'll try and use everything we've got. If it all pulls from different ammo pools, at least we shouldn't run out. I mean, we already ran out of that sniper, to be fair. I don't think we really SDU'd the sniper, which we probably could have done with, honestly. Because you'll find that I use a sniper as much as any ammo type, really. Probably the most, to be quite honest. Maya suits not a total like campy style, but a sit back style where you can control what happens in front of you, control the engagements, and just pick people off with a sniper. That's why the Pimpernel's probably one of the best in slot on this character. I mean, yes, the Lyuda is amazing, and you can do some serious work with the with Blurred Trickster with the Lyuda as well. But I think the Pimp is just an absolute staple for this character. It's legitimately, it's perfect for the way that you can converge, you can ruin, you can obviously slag enemies, you can put it all together, and then you can do massive damage with like the Pimpernel. It is best in slot on this character. But any of the good snipers that you can put together, I think it's good. But yeah, genuinely the Pimpernel suits this character. It's one of my favourite weapons, and it's one of my favourite weapons on Maya for sure. Okay. But now I'm happy we picked this sniper up. Alright, so this episode, if we can get Overlook done, then I think that'll be the goal for this episode. Like I said, I don't want to make videos an hour every time, and some of you guys have been sitting through that, and I appreciate it. But I don't want to be a YouTuber that just posts hour-long videos. I mean, obviously, as far as One Life's concerned, there's going to be a lot of times where it's XP farming, like I said, and that's going to increase the time of the video. But it's kind of important in some ways. I need to show you guys what I farm and what's good for you to use. So I think it's kind of important. Always remember to hit this travel. Wait till you hear error, because no end of people get all the way down to the bottom and then they're like, oh, I didn't hit that travel. It's happened to me more than I'd like to admit, to be honest. More than I'd like to admit. Okay, so is he going to jump up? No. So you can see the amount of damage that Maya can do early on, and Cloud Kill just bolsters that. Like, it makes her one of the strongest characters early on now. Without that, Maya was, I mean, she's always been good, don't get me wrong. She's always been a top tier type player, but Cloud Kill for normal just took her from like somewhere where you'd have to understand what you're doing, and I mean, she's got damage, but now Cloud Kill took her to that next level. It made her a little bit easier. So she's definitely a good character for players to start with. I think that, I mean, I'm not saying she's a noob character, but she's definitely a good character to start with, because Cloud Kill can do you an extreme amount of favours. If you see, the Varuk legitimately is doing work. I mean, it's not a piece of crap. So if somebody says about the Varuk being bad, normally they're probably comparing it in OP8, but just don't listen to that, honestly. And the best way for you to see what's good and what's bad is A, either go to a YouTuber you trust, or B, just test it yourself. if you want to know what a weapon's like and you want to know what it does on a certain character within a certain build, just test it. Just pick it up and just test it and see what you think. Why are they not spawning in? Come on, bro. You get 2 flyers, so. Right, it's fast ball. That throw though. Gommel. See, Cloudkill just ripped him. Alright. So yeah, this Thresher can cause a lot of nightmares for a lot of people, but hopefully we're going to dismantle him. We'll see. I mean, to be honest, if we got slag capabilities, if I slag him and just throw a skyrocket at him, he'll die quick. Skyrocket can be extremely good if you've got Game of the Year, or I'm pretty sure it's on the Handsome Collection, because it'll probably come with that. Just use a skyrocket for a lot. It's dangerous, and you need to learn how to get to throw it, but the skyrocket can be your extreme. It's an extremely powerful tool that you can use, honestly. Okay, alright, what we got next? But I think what suits One Life is a methodical play. It's a lot of planning. If you plan where you're going to go and what you're going to do, a lot of planning can go a long way with this challenge. Honestly, a lot of the planning can go a long way. And just getting a full-on strategy, that's the way it works. Get a weapon that you really like. Can we kill you in there? I think it's kind of cheesy that you glitched into a box. Right, this bit we do different to a lot of people. I've seen people that have to go over that bridge, but you legitimately don't have to. And to be honest, there is a death wall glitch that can get you killed on that bridge. So if you follow the way I do it, which I'll show you in just a second when all these dudes stop flying. The way I do it is I go straight for this box on top, and then we go straight into the water. So this sniper is doing legitimate work. So, okay, right. Let's jump up here. Not everybody knows there's a box up here, but there is. Maybe something good. I mean, on the higher playthroughs, you might have a chance of getting something extremely good, maybe. So, see what we get. Not usable. I mean, we got a turtle shield I could use, but okay. So from here we go down into the water, which don't be scared. This water don't kill you. I think people probably saw this when they first came in this area and thought, you can't go in that water, you're going to die, but we can jump in it. So what you want to do is go instantly up this ladder. You've got 3 exploders to take out. Instantly take those out. So you'll get one there, and then you'll get one here. If you let that get to that console, this bridge goes up. Or if they destroy it, the bridge goes up. So if you kill all 3 of them, you've got control of it. You haven't got to go use that elevator. So that's just a little bit of a pro tip there. It's a lot easier. Just do it that way. And also, if you want to go and get, there's a box, which not everybody sees either. I don't think I've ever got anything good out of it, but there's a box here. It's got a few shields in. So that bit you've done there, so it saves you messing about. Normally what you'd have to do is go to that elevator and go across, but doing it that way, it saves it from having to mess about. So that's another good tip for you. That should work out for you pretty nicely. All right, you'll get 2 spawns here. There's 1. There's 2. You get 2 robots back there, which we're going to phase lock one of them, I think. Okay, he didn't last through the phase lock. Yeah, don't fastball constructors. I mean, even though I've got a, what's it? I mean, you could kill them with my fastball, but that's because it's corrosive. But there's no point really throwing fastballs at them because they don't tend to really give a shit about it. Mine's lucky because I've got corrosive, so I got a little bit of extra damage on that. Don't stand next to barrels like I'm doing. That's a noob move, especially with nothing around me. Alright, we'll get rid of you because it's kind of crazy to be stood next to one. Alright. So, try and loot all these boxes because at this point you might need some ammo. So this is going to be a dangerous one, but we're going to use a skyrocket. I think if you've got a slag weapon at this point, you're better off dropping your slag weapon out and just applying some slag to him, but I don't think we've got one. So I think that's going to be out the window for us. Are we getting slag weapons? No. Okay. So slagging's out of the question, but if you've got a slag weapon at this point, then just slag the Thresher and I reckon 2 skyrockets is probably going to wreck him. We'll see. We're making alright progress. Alright, so all the ammo. All the ammos. Right, I don't know the best way to... Should we go with... Let's go with the root. I mean, if we had ruin, I could just phase lock and wreck him from there, but... I did enough. See, Skyrocket does a bit, but not as much as I expected, actually. So this might be a little bit more difficult than I expected. How much damage did you do? See, this is a lot easier if you've got better gear. Cloud Kill just killed him, though. That's Cloud Kill for you. See, it's insta-skill. Cloud Kill's what it's all about. So Skyrocket actually doesn't do as much as I expected, but with the slag technique, it would have done quite a bit. Interesting, but that was literally Cloud Kill that just killed him. So, okay. Yeah. Obviously, into the second and the third playthrough, that Thresher can be an absolute punch in the dick. Right, so we're going up to Overlook now. Overlook can be a painful area for some people, and it can be a stumbling block because there's a lot of loaders and stuff that come out. But we should dismantle it. Well, like I said, methodically play against a lot of these areas. Just plan it out what you want to do and where you want to go, and that should be enough for you to actually succeed. I think, like I said, people said before that I'm too aggressive to play this challenge, and a highly aggressive player, if you're an aggressive player but smart, you're fine. If you're an aggressive player but stupid, or you make silly mistakes, then you're probably going to get yourself killed consistently. So there's a difference between an aggressive stupid and aggressive smart. I think that's the way it works. I think you can be super aggressive and actually just be smart with it. You ain't got to make stupid decisions. Who's throwing it and where? Where are you? I'll tell you what, these are proper MLG at throwing stuff at me. Anyway. Okay, I always jump out there, check the vendors quick, and then we go. It also pulls that checkpoint, so... Alright, let's burn up into Overlook. So I feel we're making some good progress as far as everything's concerned with the way the videos are going and the way I'm posting them. I've got no real full-on schedule when they're going to go out. I'm just trying to post them as and when. But I'll give like videos a couple of days to be out there before I bring another one out, because people might not always get a chance to watch them. But I am actually enjoying the series. I've enjoyed... I don't feel like I'm teaching. I feel like I'm just sharing my knowledge and sharing the way that I played this challenge. And if you guys, like I said, get something out of that, then that's all good. We're going to start selling Harolds at this point. I don't think Maya suits a Harold, I'll be honest. I think Maya, if I haven't got like a sniper in Maya's hand, or like a Pimpernel, or obviously an SMG, I don't feel like, I feel like it should be something that she belongs with, and I don't think the Harold fits into that meta. Right, there's a couple of places you can stand to control this area. Here's one. So from here you can control what happens while we protect the bacon. So you can stand up here and just pick them off, sniping, if you want to do it. So this is an extreme power point in this area. So you can just start moving side to side if you've got plenty of damage. I mean, this sniper is doing extreme work at this point. So phase lock, put down. Like I said, this is what she's good at, just controlling areas. That shield's actually coming in. Absorb shields might be actually a viable option to start with. Okay, you. You might want to take your time a bit more than I do as far as sniping is concerned, but at certain points you can just get down and get ammo. So this is one area that I've showed you. There is another area that's extremely out of the way and probably a bit dangerous if you get a stray bullet from distance, but there is another area that you can stand on top of. See, we've run out of bullets already, look. So we can switch on to you. Right, let's go down here. Make sure you kill surveyors because they're going to give health back. Right, just jump down, get your ammo. So I think we got everything. Right, that's cool. So make sure you can concentrate on the surveyors because it's just going to stop them doing what they want. Okay, so that's one area. I'll show you another. In fact, let's wait till we've broke the first cycle. I don't want to be doing it in the middle of a lot of shit that's going to be attacking us. I mean, in normal mode, you can simply just do this if you want to just rotate side to side. So you just do this side to side rotation. But it helps that we picked that sniper up. I mean, that's an absolute beast for this character at this point. I don't think we got a lot of sniper ammo yet, though. So we need to put some points in. Use some iridium when we get it. Oh, that throw, though. Okay, right. So there's another area that you can go. This constructor's coming in now, but... So if you want to be extremely out of the way... We're sending constructors, but we should be alright. So you can actually go up on top of here, look. So if you wanted to be completely out of the way, the trouble with this spot, like I said, is you're completely out of the way in case if you get hit by a stray bullet, you're probably going to put yourself in serious trouble. So although this is an option, I wouldn't say this is the best option. So, but again, you can just survey the area. If you're a sniper, it's kind of a perfect spot for a sniper, honestly. But yeah, so there's that option as well. I mean, you play it how you want to play it. I mean, you can run around like a crazy man, or you can just put yourself in a power position and just spray the battlefield as much as you want to. So, but there's a good chance that the beacon's going to get destroyed like it has done. But honestly, this area, I don't mind it. A lot of people don't have too much of a good time here, but I've not really got a huge issue with this part. It can be quite fast-paced as well, and there's a lot that come your way. The last stage is pretty annoying because it spawns in hot loaders, so there's a good chance you can be left with you and a hot loader, and sometimes that's a painful experience. If they get a lucky dot on you and stuff, it becomes a panic, but if you've got enough damage, you shouldn't have any of that problem. You should just be able to melt people like this is doing now. Cloud Kill Maya and stuff in this area is just stupid. This is like key to how good she is with certain weapon types and stuff. Okay. Right, now you'll get a badass plus hot loaders. So, right, there's the badass. We'll just concentrate you. Let's fast forward you. Bye. There you go. Construct the badass dead. We'll kill you. Okay. It's a good start. There'll be a couple more hot loaders coming. The badass normally stays up longer than that, but Maya said no, so dead. So this is Overlook. This is the way you do it. This is the way I do it. I've gave you a couple of potential ways you could do it, but obviously if you've got a strong enough character and you understand the character enough, you can see what sort of damage you can do. That area was easy as cake. Piece of cake, as they'd say. Okay, right. There you go. Let's have a look. We came, we saw, we kicked its ass. Okay. There you go. That is Overlook. That is the next part of the story done. We did a little bit of farming. So what you've got to do now is keep your eye on the dust. You can go back to dust now and check its level. If it's gone up level, then cool. If it's not, then do another story mission, then go back and check again. And there's a good chance it'll be leveled up for you. But yeah, that's honestly, that Overlook went as easy as it probably could go. I don't think there's much of a... There were no real problem there. The trouble is now we're under level. Wildlife Preserve is going to be, what, 20, is it? 19. But you guys know what's in the Wildlife Preserve. It's the loot midgets. So we're going to spend some time in there farming some loot from them. There's going to be times later on where we can just pull XP that we need. We could have done Splinter Group for the Stormfront. That's something that you can do. In fact, that'll be a decent way to level up. So, what time are we on? I think we'll start that next. We'll start that in the next episode. We'll go and do Splinter Group. We're going to do the Stormfront farm. It's probably going to be lowish level now. What level is it on? It's 14. It still might be worth it because the Stormfront still might be worth it. But we'll make us mind up on that one. But we've got Wildlife Preserve. We've got the Doctor's Orders picked up. Make sure you pick it up. But I'm a little bit behind on XP, so probably what we'll do is. Right, let's have a quick couple of farms on Laird before I end today's video. I'm going to be recording a couple of videos today, so it's going to be one after the other type thing. Sniper ammo. There you go. Okay, we've got a couple more extra sniper bullets now. Let's nip into dust. So you can see the potential of ways that you can go. I could have farmed for the Stormfront, which would have been an extremely good grenade. I normally actually do the Stormfront farm, so that's something you could do. Obviously the Lyota's there if you want it. And then we're going to go into the next area where we can farm loot midgets, so that's an option. Right, let's do it the quick way. So potentially there's so many different areas where you can farm, and a lot of it is heavy farm based. There's nothing you can do with that really. You need the XP and you need the experience. More experienced players are probably going to be able to go into areas under level, but if some of you guys are new to it and want to know how to do it, you're better off being over level. So I think if we leave the farm where we started today's video, we've done the story quest. It might have actually, like I said, leveled them up, so that might be something. If you just save and quit here, and then we'll go back through the door, and we'll run 2 more runs, and then we'll end it there. It'll be under an hour. And then we'll start there on the next video. Probably want to be, I don't know, 19 to 20. So if you can, honestly, if you're doing it yourself, you'd want to be 20 before you go through the Wildlife Preserve. I mean, potentially there's a lot of gear that you can get out of the loot midget, so that's good news. Potentially anything really that can actually do you a massive favour in the playthrough. I mean, if you imagine you get a brand new fastball, or you get a brand new Harold or stuff like that, I mean, they're all potential options if you put yourself in some serious power. What you get in the Wildlife Preserve can actually take you forward into the next playthrough. That's kind of where you look at, depending on what it is. Okay, so we're back here where we started. Yep, it leveled up, look. See, so from the first quest, now these are actually worth decent XP because he's leveled up. So that's exactly, I've just shown you exactly what I was talking about. Different story quests in normal mode level the enemies up, so he's now turned into this is actually a decent farm, because A, he can drop better gear, and B, is going to be worth more XP. So instantly now we're pushing that XP. Our 2 runs here is going to get me to level 19, so if we do another couple of runs, get lucky on the Lyuda. Some of you guys might really want to get the Lyuda because you're going to take on Bloodwing. Although Bloodwing's not difficult in normal mode, if you've got Lyuda, it makes it cuts out any risk of not being able to do the damage on it. So the Lyuda's going to literally tear Bloodwing apart. I mean, that's kind of the way it works. Any of you guys have had this Lyuda, you know what sort of damage and what sort of power it possesses. So these are just nice quick farms. These are like little tricks of the trade sort of thing. You've got tricks of, if you know where the XP is and when they level up, then you've got a chance to just, I mean, you can see the sort of XP these are, what are they 3,000 each? Nearly 3k each. So this is an extremely good farm, which we've bypassed the Stormfront, which would mean that we don't really need to do the Stormfront farm now. We'll keep going with Mind's Eye, give myself some more crit. Okay. So you can see, it won't take long now to get to level 20, so you give yourself another level to farm up to 20, get the Lyuda drop, and then we'll move into Wildlife Preserve on the next episode. So thank you everybody that's watched the video. I do appreciate it. That's the episode 4. I think the playthrough's shaping up nicely. I hope some of you guys are enjoying the series. Thank anybody that's left a like, anybody that's shared my videos, anybody that's subscribed to the channel. If you want to do any of that, by all means do so. For future content, we're going to continue this One Life series. I think it's good that there's not many players that post this sort of thing on YouTube, so hopefully that's a market and a thing that we can go into where you guys can get something out of it and learn how to do this One Life challenge as far as Borderlands 2 is concerned. But thank you once again, everybody, for checking out this episode. I'll see you guys in part 5, which we'll be recording in the next 5 minutes. So you'll have a good day, and I'll see you guys in the next one.